Good afternoon. Welcome to the first IHF live online symposium. My name is Courtney Gahan. I'm a member of the IHF Media Group and I will be the moderator for today's session. Before we begin, please note that there is translation available in French, Spanish, and Arabic. Simply click the globe icon at the bottom of your screen and choose your language. The Arabic translation is available under Japanese label as there is no Arabic label available. Today's session, the IHF Live Online Symposium, is part of the Virtual Academy recently launched by the IHF as part of an initiative to provide global online education and opportunities for licensing online. All of this falls under the umbrella of the IHF Education Centre, available at ihfeducation.ihf.info. Over the course of the next 5 weeks, a total of 20 seminar talks will be presented by top handball experts from around the world. Today's second lecture is presented by IHF Playing Rules and Referees Commission Chairman Ramon Galle. Please feel free to ask questions throughout the session and I will compile the questions and pass as many as possible on to Ramon at the end of the session. Please also note the video will later be available on the IHF Education Centre for on-demand viewing. And with that, Ramon, we are ready for you to begin.
Thank you, Courtney. Dear friends, dear humble friends, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all the world. Welcome to this seminar inside the first session of this fantastic IHF Symposium. What I want to explain to you in the next minutes is to talk a little about how the rules must fight for a more attractive handball. If maybe many of you were present in the first seminar today from my colleague Johan Bibler, and especially from the opening words of the IHF president. He was talking not only today, from many times in the past, in the last years, about how to reduce the hardness in our handball, how to protect the health of the players, how to promote and to transmit more attractive handball, more positive handball. And then the rules are prepared for this clear target, looking for a more attractive handball. This is the main idea for the next years. So first of all, I want to show you some nice photos in the next slides. Yes, now it's coming. No, you see the next 3 photos that occurs in principle. It looks that this is not handball, could be another sport like wrestling or rugby, but not handball. Of course, and the rules are so clear, and the referees must pay attention about this situation that really are not positive. We'll see more in the next slides. You see, continuous holding teasers, even sometimes the attackers or the defenders. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish. And this is, who is the guilty? We don't know exactly who is the guilty because both players are responsible. Next one, and then you see again. And then what is the topic here? The topic is what about the ball? And then all referees, they must think about these sentences. What about the ball? Any of the players are fighting for the ball, try to catch the ball, or just fighting against the opponent. This is absolutely negative for us, and we must be so strict from the very beginning. Next, then. We see how at the same time the attacker team is playing with 2 pivots, and both pivots at the same time they are being grabbing by the defenders. At the same time, 2 different actions. Or here, fighting the pivots. Tomorrow we will see some special presentation from the referees from Croatia and Spain about pivots, how to manage the situations. Again, you see, nothing about the ball, just fighting against the opponent, absolutely negative image. Or, you see, this is nice, interesting example, not nice. how after the match, how one player has the t-shirt. What about this? This is really humble, the humble that we would like to see every day. Not really, really not, right? So the next, we'll see some photos, some pictures more. See, strain really, really, really hard fights. Most of them in the pivot zones. But again, the same question. What about the ball? The ball is not interesting, right? And then it's not interesting. We must use the rule 8 properly. Again, you see this is all the photos. This is second photo. My God, this is really, even if it's not for rugby or for wrestling, this is something like kickboxing. Cannot be possible, right? Now we will see, and now the last tendencies, we'll see later some videos. In the wing, the last tendency is when the defenders make a long step and then they put his foot over the foot of the attacker or under the foot of the attacker. And then the situation that's that moment the attacker lose the body balance, and then we have seen in the last 3-4 years very important injured players for outside of handball for some months. In men's or in women's also, we will see in the next photo. This photo also in women's, you will see. And look at how really dangerous are these actions. Now the referees know the situation and they must take decision from the very beginning. Okay. Still, you see, men's, women's, same kind of action. Really dangerous for the hell of them. The name is foot on foot or foot all under the foot of the attacker. And thank you. Come on. And now you will see from this angle then how the attacker lose the body balance. What about his ankle? And then I remember the situation that caused important injury for the player. What? Next one is also this is a situation. We'll see later some videos. These are situations really well trained. This is not the situation are not casual. The situation are really well trained. And then the pivot players, men or women, it doesn't matter. They need only one hand to take the ball, and the other hand. What about the other hand? This is the problem. The problem. And then the referees must take attention about these actions. Okay, there's an action about long grabbing t-shirts. What is not allowed in the rules, in the rule 8.3 or 8.4. And again, nothing about the ball. Cannot be possible. We must do something, the referees must do something from the very beginning. Also interesting situation, but negative. Or here, again, the head of the attacker or the pivot. And now you see this, tomorrow you will see some clips about these two situations from our referees. You know that the first situation, we call the situation sandwich style, popularly. But really, we know that this is tactical when the two or more players in defense try to help his her colleague, but nothing about the ball. That's absolutely negative. And the second photo is typical also in the pivots, when a big fight between both players, but absolutely nothing about the ball. And then the discussion sometimes is if we need to change something in the rules. Really not, because you will see, you can read slowly about what is written here. The decision-making criteria written today in the rules book. And then this is the criteria that the referees must take in their minds to use in combination, and then to take an appropriate decision in each situation. First is what is the position? It's not the same that the position is frontal, from the side, or from behind the attacker. The defender is doing something against which part of the body? Against the torso, against the shooting arm, against the head, against the legs. What about the dynamics of the illegal action? What about the intensity? What about if the player is in full motion, full movement, or in counterattack? And finally, what about the effect of the action? What kind of impact and prevention of continuation of the game, really injure, or the player maintain the ball? These four topics combined in a situation is like if the referees can use a computer and they enter in the computer this data, and then at the end I press the key enter, and then the decision automatically is not. The computer of the referees is the mind of the referees, the rules of the game, and the criteria of the IHF. So all possible situations are written today in the rules book. We don't need to change absolutely nothing in principle. But we will see in the next slide some key words, okay, about decision-making criteria. You know that there are some fouls. Later we will discuss a little about yellow cards and direct to minute situations. There are some fouls that are not appropriate for a simple and minimum and no effect yellow card. There are many fouls that deserve an immediate 2-minute suspension. For example, A, fouls with high intensity or against the opponent that is running so fast. B, long holding the opponent during a long time, right? Or pulling down him, like in the pivot zone. C, fouls against head, face, throat, neck. D, hard hitting against the torso. Also, I can control the opponent, but not hitting him hard, or against the throwing arm, not possible. And E, with my foul, I make the opponent to lose the body control. For example, pushing when the attacker is jumping, pushing him in the air, or pushing from behind. Or grabbing the leg. No. Okay, then the next one. Okay, what I want to show you is how we are working in the last 3 years, from 2016 to 2019, some ideas or some criteria that we have worked with the referees, for example, in the next slide. First question is about progressing line, and the question is how to find the correct progressing line. And then it's a question of a mixture of personality and experience. And then if I'm able to find a correct progressing line, the second problem or the second question is how to maintain this progressing line, this line during 60 minutes. It means I need consistency 60 minutes. Consistency means that my line is so correct, not like the Tour de France, up and down. No, my line is clear from the very beginning, and then the referee is able to win the trust and the reliability of the teams, right? And then basic is how to use the rule A, especially rule 8 and rule 8.3 and 8.4. 8.3 is yellow card, 8.4 means direct 2 minutes. 8.5 is red card. It is not a problem of this seminar today, maybe in the future. And then, of course, to maintain under control the pivot zone. This is the key subject for the referees. It's tomorrow, again, I repeat to you, the referees from Spain, Raul Sabroso, from Croatia, Kubica Milosevic, they will show you how to manage the pivot zone, correct? And then I'm not extending more in this area. And then in the next, some topics more in the next slide. And then what we have worked in the last 3 years to think that three yellow cards per team are not mandatory. It's possible to use 3 yellow cards per team if we need it, if the referees need, but it's not mandatory, correct? And never yellow cards can be an administrative matter or topic. Never the referees must show a yellow card when direct 2 minutes should be the correct decision. Correct. So this is the first idea. Later, I'll show you some statistics from the last World Championship and Olympic Games. Then, 6 yellow cards in the same match are not mandatory. If some matches they need 6 yellow cards, can possible. But the most of the matches they don't need 6 yellow cards. And this is not a question of mathematics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yellow card is something like to remind the players how it's possible to play. But the players, normally, they don't need to remind nothing. They know how it's possible to play handball according with the rules. So this idea. Of course, another topic is more to avoid yellow cards in the second half. After 40, 50 minutes, we cannot remind nothing to the players. Or even in some exceptional situations, 3 meters distance, some protest could be. But the referees must decide sometimes yellow card, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes to use a strong body language, face-to-face contact with the players to transmit clear information, right? So in the next slide, you will see some concepts. Now, these 2 concepts are coming from the top coaches. The last IHF Symposium and IHF Forum in 2014, top coaches from national teams and important clubs in the world, they transmitted to us a clear message. Please, we have a fantastic rule. What is this rule? This rule is a fast throw-off. It means that the spectators, they like fast throw-offs because there are possibility to score another goal, after 1 goal, to score another goal in 4 or 5 seconds. And then all the coaches were very clear in that moment. Please, after a goal, don't destroy fast throw-off due to yellow card, due to small potatoes, because it's very small thing, yellow card. If it's necessary, clear pushing in the air, clear long holding, decision for direct 2 minutes, then of course it's clear time out and direct 2 minutes. But after a goal, this is not the moment to stop the match. Remind, attractive image means not only fair play, also minimum interruptions. And then we cannot stop the match every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes. So this is clear agreement after a goal, don't destroy a fast throw. Also, the coaches told to us, even after goalkeeper save a shot, and then he or she tried to continue with a fast break, please don't stop the match because of yellow card, because of small things. So these 2 concepts, we have worked during the last 3-4 years, and I think all the IHF referees, they know exactly what about these 2 concepts, never more, correct? So now we enter in the period 2020-2022, and then in interpretation, and then I want to show you the next slide, clear agreements with the IHF referees, and also in the future in the rules, right? Then first, clear now, yellow cards after goal, not allowed. We cannot destroy fast break because small thing. As a statistic, I want to show you, if I ask you how many yellow cards in total in the last men's world championship, Denmark, Germany. Yellow cards, the referees saw 255 yellow cards. How many after goal? 3. Only 3. I want to show you later. And in Kumamoto, in the last Women's World Championship, the referees saw 171 yellow cards in total. 171. How many after goal? 1. So it means that in both top IH events, the referees were able to manage all the matches, to manage also all the yellow cards, and then they didn't destroy fast throws, fast breaks, right? I want to show you some these videos. This is a video we are in Germany, Denmark, in the yes, no. Nice fly, and then this is a goal. And now, instead of fast throw off, the referees stop the match to show a yellow card. That, as you can see, that nothing happens. Yeah? Nothing happens. Right. Next, this was one of the yellow cards after goal. This is the second yellow card after a goal in the World Championship. No. Advantage, goal of Germany, and then the referees the same. Destroy the fast throw off to show a yellow card for nothing. And the yellow card number 3 was this match. I think it's too small. The match Hungary-Qatar. And then also goal of Hungary and yellow card for the defender. Okay. And this was the only yellow card in Kumamoto in the Women's World Championship. This Sweden, a fast break. Oh, it was a jumping the situation. I couldn't see. I think we are looking the videos jumping too much, maybe. Okay, next. Now we are in the last European continental tournament. The same after a goal, also yellow card. Wow, we stopped the video. Why? Maybe we can make a stop and continue again. Courtney, maybe we can make a stop. I cannot see the videos.
Make 1 minute stop and we can have a check.
Yes, we need 1 minute to stop and to see what happened, right?
Hello?
Yes, I'm not sure what's going on there. So while they sort that out, we have some questions already, so we can ask some.
What is the problem?
Ramon?
Yes, tell me.
I'll ask you the first question, and I think you would like to share this actually. Someone has asked, why do the rules keep adapting? So can you, I know you have a good explanation for this, so can you talk a bit about that?
To adapting this about this system, or about yellow cards and 2 minutes?
I think people just mean, why do the IHF look for ways to develop the rules further continually?
No, but you know, the idea, as I told to you at the beginning of the presentation, we must be in constant working about how to improve our product. Our product is humble, so we need to show constantly the best of humble for the future. Because now today, in Olympic Games, there are new sports. All the other sports, they are doing a good job, and then we need to show something different from the rest of the sports, something absolutely different. And what is the main I think quality of humble? To maintain the spectators under tension during 60 minutes, without stopping, without interruption, without unfair situation, without violence, without too much hardness. And then minimum interruption during 60 minutes, high tension for the spectators. It means, for example, not yellow cards after goal, because the most important question in that moment is fast break, fast throw off. And then the spectator is so happy when there is another goal or another opportunity of goal 5-6 seconds later, during 60 minutes. This is the absolutely big difference between handball and the rest of the sports, including especially football or basket, for example. So that's the idea. But we don't need dramatic change, no. We are small amendments in the rules. No. I'm not talking about dramatic change. We don't need it. We have a nice product, but also we must look into it to be better.
Someone has also asked about yellow cards, if the 3 yellow cards still exist in what you're talking about.
Still exist, but the referees must use the 3 or the 6 yellow cards if they are necessary. Only, but not like a nice gift. This is for you, this is for you, this is for you. That's the question. That's to use appropriate use of the yellow cards could be the key for the success in the match. That's the idea. But not, for example, yellow cards when in the first attack they are clear pushing from behind in there, and then the referee show a yellow card. No, that's the moment to forget the yellow cards and to start with direct 2 minutes suspension. Okay.
Maybe we have your video about to come back.
Yes, if not, maybe I can use.
Yes. Ramon, you see it?
Yes, I see. But what about the videos? Maybe it's better if I show my.
Yeah, wait a moment. I try it.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. As you can, we are just trying to prove to you that this is live.
That is not. You see the presentation, Ramon?
Yes, I see. Try to show the videos now.
Yeah, I'm working.
Open, and then it is better.
So now, you see it?
Yes, I see. Full screen first, and then.
So full screen. I have full screen, so I'm not sure I'm on the right point.
No, it's not
working.
I believe, Ramon, you should do your own.
Yeah, I think so.
I can do it better?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Yes, I think it's a little bit better. Okay, then I go. Go. Okay, I try to, we'll see. We were in this situation. For example, I try to show this. I hope a little bit better.
Yeah.
Good. So this is, we can see now, goal, and then because small potatoes, nothing happened. The referees, as I repeat to you, they show a yellow card unnecessary because nothing happened, nothing interesting. Excellent advantage, nice situation, nice fly, nice goal, and now 15,000 spectators are waiting for a fast throw. Don't destroy, please, because of yellow card. So I show to you, this is the last one. Now we are in Europe. Same. There is there is some kind of grabbing t-shirt, advantage, goal. And you know that this player immediately up, and then all the players are in a nice sprint or fast throw, all spectators happy, and now the referees destroy the situation because of the yellow card for nothing. So I hope that all of you are convinced of that. The same I told to you that when the goalkeeper save a shot, the decision is goalkeeper throw, please don't destroy fast break because of yellow cards. Same agreements and clear criteria from today for the future. 2 yellow cards in the same attack has no sense. Has no sense. Correct? Yes. Third yellow card, the referees must use the yellow cards together with strong body language, clear information why I saw this yellow card. So no sense that in the same attack, 20 seconds later or 10 seconds later, another yellow card is coming. No. Either the players are not able to understand why the first yellow card, and then the next decision must be 2 minutes. So as I told you, for example, here, you see, the pivot is okay, pushing or grabbing, and then he receives yellow cards from the referee. He's not too happy, and then he's not concentrating. And now 5 seconds later, you see, 5 seconds later, same situation, and now second player receive a same yellow card for the same guy. So cannot be. All right. Second action should be for direct 2 minutes immediately. All right. Or this was in Kumamoto. This is the first decision, yellow card, clear body language, because you are holding, long grabbing t-shirt. Nice. And then we continue in the attack. And some seconds later, here, again, the second yellow card. It's not enough. Should be for direct 2 minutes. And in the future, this will be the rules. Okay. Again, yellow cards in the second half have no sense. I have used to show this situation from the final of the World Championship 2013. You see, this is 39 minutes. After 39 minutes, and for this small thing, for this small potato, yellow card is nothing. Absolutely a joke. Absolutely a joke. And so the second half, again, no sense for yellow cards. Right? Then another agreement, another killer criterion: yellow cards after direct 2 minutes in the same attack. Again, if now we want to attack, look here, for example, this action, strong action number 6, pulling down the attacker, and the referees decides. Excellent, good decision, direct 2 minutes. Good. Strong action against the throat. Okay, direct 2 is correct. Too strong. And now we continue in the attack. The team has 2 players suspended. But look, the next action. Look what kind of defense against the pivot. And now this player received a simple yellow card. Cannot be, because this action, you see again, this action now, here. This action deserves a clear direct 2 minutes. So cannot be to use the yellow cards as administrative questions. Cannot be, right? And then this is the question, administrative yellow cards. when this is one of the biggest mistakes today from the referees, when instead of a clear direct to minutes, according with all criteria I showed to you some minutes ago, the position, what the impact, the dynamic, the effect, and then clear direct to minutes, and the referee show administrative yellow cards. Cannot be in top level. For example, a couple of examples. Clear, long holding and pulling down the pivot to the pivot without any kind of action about the intention about the ball. This is not written in the rule book about yellow card. This is clear direct to minutes, right? Now the same, the situation. We'll see now the repetition from another camera, different camera. Look, this is the repetition. Okay. And then my question, you remember, what about the ball? What about the ball? Nothing about the ball. If this is nothing about the ball, then never possible yellow card must be direct 2 minutes from the very beginning, right? Also a clear agreement that in those competitions when we use video proof, if a player make pressure against the referees, asking for to use the video, this must be enough reason to decide a direct 2 minute suspension. Later I show you some videos. No? So pivot zone must be under control. This is very critical zone. Tomorrow, again, I repeat to you, a special presentation from our top couples from referees from Spain and Croatia. Win situations. We have seen some photos. Later I show to you some videos. And this is a special situation. Sometimes there are two actions, not one action, two actions consecutive, two actions in a row in 2 or 3 seconds, when both actions deserve a strong decision of the referees. For example, this is the first action, again, pushing, clear pushing, pulling down, advantage, second action, second pushing in the air. So if we analyze individually these actions, you see this action, clear pushing there, nothing about the ball, advantage, again, clear pushing in the air, nothing about the ball, both actions, here and here, they deserve clearly, according with the rules, they deserve direct 2 minutes. Correct. And then, but the historic criteria was only, okay, please, maybe this is too hard, and then maybe the referees should decide which one is the stronger. But why? Cannot be possible. Cannot be, because according with rule 8.4, this is for 2 minutes, this is for 2 minutes. So this is clear concept for the future. No more open the eyes. So both actions, in case of this situation, 2 actions in a row, the decision should be 2 times direct 2 minutes. We are fighting for a look at this action. 1, clearly, no discussion, and second, pushing in the air, no discussion. So please, dear referees, you know what happened. Or here, look, this special situation. We are in the Junior World Championship, important match, France, Spain. Again, 2 actions. First one, pushing in the air. Second, in the wing, attacker to the wing. Both actions. Okay. So it means that this action and this action individually, in different moments of the match, for sure, all the people agree about the direct 2 minutes. Why not now? Because of different actions. We are players or we are trainers, we must be prepared for this kind of action, also the referees. And then in this case, what is special, this situation? Think about that. The rule of the injured player, because now this player is injured, but the referees make a meeting. We'll see now, and they decide to punish 2 minutes only this player. So this player is 2 minutes. This player is injured, and this player must be out for 3 attacks. And it looks not fair. It looks really not fair, right? And you will see, can nobody understand why this player, the attacker, must be out for 3 attacks? Yes? Okay, this is the first, this is the second. Now in the benches, they don't understand why the attacker must be out for 3 attacks. And then the officials, you see, the official, you see, is why out 3 attacks if you decide 2 minutes suspension? No, they decide to the second player, not to the first player. And now the IHF official must explain here. Discussion to explain why the attacker must be out for 3 attacks. Right? So this is additional punishment. Okay, this is enough. You understand what I mean. Another problem today: growing and growing and growing, provocation or overreactions. A lot of tendency growing in all the continents. In all the continents. Sorry, so please. Dear referees, we must do something immediately. In all the continents, not only in this corner or in this country or in this continent, in all the continents, a tendency growing and growing. So we must take a preventive decision as soon as possible. All the referees, I'm talking always about referees, not about couples. All the referees must use the same criteria, right? Correct? This is, in the future, I explain you why we will have 3 books in the future, right? Right, same criteria, and all the referees might use it. And I promise you to show some statistics about the punishment. And you see from Olympic Games and the Senior World Championship in women's and in men's, and you can see here how many matches: yellow cards 2 minutes, and medium of yellow cards and 2 minutes per match. In women's, yellow cards. 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5. Look how in the last 2 years, Germany 17, junior and youth in Hungary and Poland and in Kumamoto. From 6, close to 6, now 4.6, 3.6, 3.2, 1.8 in Kumamoto. So in Kumamoto, the IHF referees were able to manage all the games in general, in a good way, in general, without using too many yellow cards, 1.8 per match. Okay, and in men's also 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and now 4.7, 2.6, 3.0, 2.03 in the last youth in Macedonia, youth and junior, and in Germany, Denmark, the senior 2.6. So also the referees today, IHF referees, they are able to control the matches using just a few yellow cards. That they follow the IHF. About the direct 2 minutes, there is not big difference. We maintain about between 8 and 7 in women's. Here 9 in Rio. Rio was a little bit harder. 7, 8, 7, 7. So we are in the same line. In this, that referees and players, more or less about 2 minutes, they are in a common criteria. Right? Interesting to analyze when you can see this presentation later in the education center. You can see step by step all these numbers, right? You see that talking about the men's statistics about yellow cards. How many matches with 1 yellow card in the men's world championship? 10. 2 yellow cards, 29. 3 yellow cards, 38. 4 yellow cards, 12. 5 yellow cards, 5. 6 yellow cards, 0. So you see, normally in the most of the matches, we have between 2 and 3, maybe 4 yellow cards. And this is an interesting criteria. And in the women's, this is the women's in Kumamoto, you see, 24 matches, the referees, they needed only 1 yellow card. 34 matches, they needed 2 yellow cards. 21 matches, they needed 3 yellow cards. 4 yellow cards in 4 matches, 5 and 6 yellow cards, 0 matches. So between 1 and 3 yellow cards, the referees were able to maintain absolutely control of the matches in the last Women's World Championship. That's how it's interesting, right? And then again, put in your minds, referees, trainers, players, and spectators. What about I'm fighting for the ball, or I'm fighting for not for the ball, for the body of the opponent? That's the question. Our good friend, the Argentinian photographer, Germán Páez, he prepared this special montage with 2 pictures, with 1 picture or composition picture. This is the reality. And this was the reality. So this is the ball, and this is the head. Correct? So no discussion, minimum directly 2 minutes. All people accept this. Attention depends on the strength, but in principle it looks like 2 minutes. But what is in the mind of the player? Do you think that the player is thinking that I'm attacking the head? No, the player is thinking that I'm attacking the ball. Why you punish me, dear referee? I'm attacking the ball. No. Look, we smile a little, but this example is so clear about many situations today in handball. Cannot be. So you understand why the head, for example, the head of the player, this is like a sack. And all the players accept, don't touch my head, because attention about my eyes. And especially with today, with or without resin, it doesn't matter in the future. Right? Take care of my eyes. Right? Take care of my eyes. So that's the question for the referees. Good help for the referees when the defender is not fighting for the ball. No matter the ball, what ball? Attention. And then in those cases, the referees must be really, really too strict, right? Because if not, you see, this is not any special composition, a special montage with the video, with the Photoshop. No. This is a real photo during a match, right? What happened is now this player, she had big problems in the eye. Fortunately, she continued playing. But what about this? This is not positive for our sport. You understand what I mean? This is not positive, not attractive for our sport, right? We need children to play handball. We need boys and girls to play handball. We need to convince the parents that handball is so nice sport. With this photo, we will have no children, right? So please pay attention. So some examples, let me about administrative yellow cards. Clear now video in the videos, and then to show you that's not possible when the action deserves a clear direct 2 minutes in any moment of the match. The referees must show this direct 2 minutes and not stupid yellow cards. Not for this, right? Come on. Wrestling, pivot. And that's not according with the rules. This should be rule 8 for direct 2 minutes. Nothing about the ball, just competition, wrestling, nothing about it. Right? Immediately later, here, the hand against the head of the attacker. Now, against the head of the attacker must be direct 2 minutes. We must protect the health of the players. Look now, you see? Can you see? Now, it cannot be yellow card. This is directly, immediately direct 2 minutes. And all the players understand the direct 2 minutes. And many times when the referee decides direct 2 minutes, the guilty player said, sorry, yes, I'm responsible. I'm stupid, sorry. So please, that's the idea. Or this action in the center of the field. And now, what about this? From behind, long holding from behind. Clear concept written, I showed to you some minutes ago in the rule 8-4. It should be for direct 2 minutes, not for yellow card. Again, pushing, long holding, and pushing from behind, nothing about the ball, cannot be for yellow card. You see, this is the question. 7 meters and direct 2 minutes, cannot be for yellow card. We see this action now again from behind. Look. Nice quality of the t-shirt. And you see, this cannot be. It's nice. Long holding. Cannot be for yellow card. Long holding t-shirt. Direct 2 minutes immediately. Fine. And now pushing from behind. And then not nice yellow card. Not nice yellow card. Right? Look. What about the ball? Nothing about it. Right? No, last one. The defender is holding the t-shirt of the attacking, pulling down him, nothing about the ball. We'll see now the repetition. Now, this is not for yellow card. The PRC criteria are so clear. All these actions in the first attack, in any other moment of the match, are for direct 2 minutes immediately. Right? Just a few clips about the videos about pivot zone, just as warming up for the presentation of tomorrow of the IHL referees. See. This is clear tactical. Just half a second before the pivot receives the ball, he is pulling down by the opponent. And the decision of the referees is really good. Excellent. Right? Now in women's, identical situation here. Yes. Let me see again. Just a tenth of a second before the pivot receives the ball, she is pulling down by the opponent. It should be direct 2 minutes immediately. Sometimes could be also 7 meters. Right? Sometimes. We are in the semi-final in Kumamoto, and then without ball, when the ball is in a different place, the pivot is pulling down and out. And then the decision is only in that moment 4 minutes in the match. So the time is not important. Important is the action and the criteria used by the referees, not the time. The time is not important, right? And the last example also from Kumamoto, the same action, you see, the pivot is pulling down. And then the referees also, excellent criteria, excellent information from the referees, very good body language, and then nothing about the ball. So clear again. And then this is a special situation, we'll see. free throw, nothing happens. And now strong action against the pivot, nothing about the ball. And now the player asks for the video. You see, he is asking for a video. No. So it could be, okay, this is a special situation, right? But no discussion about the action against the pivot, direct 2 minutes immediately. And now, new agreement in IHF. I hope all continental federation and national leagues must use the same criteria, asking for a video. Could be 2 minutes because of the action and 2 minutes because of unfair behavior of the unsportsmanlike conduct of the player, right? No discussion. Right? So we'll see. Okay, this is just the last example. This. I know this action is well trained because 1-to-1 could be problems, and then there is 2, 3, 4 players against the pivot, but should be according with the rules. And this is not the case. We'll see in the repetition. Now against the head, now you see. Direct 2 minutes. A couple of examples you see, tomorrow we'll see, because now when the referees are not able to control the situation or the actions against the pivot in attack, after actions, and then the pivot say, okay, he's thinking or she's thinking, okay, if the referees are not able to take a decision, I must protect myself. And then action and reaction. And then this is 2 times more dangerous. For example, look. Also, the situations are well trained and are growing and growing and growing. It looks like a goal and 2 minutes, but look. I hope, please look. Pivots need only one hand to take the ball. What about the second hand? He is the responsible. He is the guilty. Should be immediately offensive foul, and sometimes even progressive punishment. But instead of that, good success, goal and direct 2 minutes, right? Also, this action is interesting. Identical action. See? The player from Russia cannot believe the situation. Okay. Look, the repetition. Look. You can see. He's doing nothing. He is the responsible. Right? He is the responsible. And then he received direct 2 minutes. Tomorrow, more and more situations about this, explained by the referees, IHR referees, and they explain you how to manage this situation, the pivot zone, how to take decision as soon as possible, right? In the wings, my colleague Johan Piepler told in the first seminar today about to continue protecting the wings. The situation is much more better than some years ago, right? And now there is a new tendency. This is the new tendency. Very, very dangerous for the health of the attacker. Right? We will see again in the repetition. Sometimes not easy for the referees. I want to show you slowly. This is really, see? Open legs. This is not normal defensive position. And now then I provoke this situation. He loses the body balance, and many times the result is big injury. Cannot be. This is absolutely negative. Sometimes big surgery go to the hospital, operation for the ankle, right? So the same. Look at how the attacker is really angry. I understand him. I understand him. And he was very, very happy. Okay. Should be for minimum direct to minutes. Sometimes could be red card, depends on the effect. Also in movements, of course, men and women. Look this action, this moment. It's too late for me. Open legs, last long steps, and now foot under the foot of the attacker, and look the consequences. The referees discuss if 2 minutes of red card. This is good advice for the players. Finally, they decide 2 minutes because not big effect. Look in the repetition. Fortunately, nothing happened, but could be worse, and this is not positive image. But pay attention, because now I want to call your attention of all of you, because now there are a new or the very last tendency in the win, right? There are sometimes, we discovered that there are sometimes the behavior of the defender is really good. The defender is running, is first in position, correct? Not against the attacker, is first in position, clearly, not using the goal area, but then the attacker is jumping against the defender. So, like this is one example, but we have a lot of examples. I want to show you slowly, because it's better. The defender, now the defender, you see the defender, stop, absolutely stop. The attacker is who is jumping against the defender. See? So the defender is not guilty. It's nothing to do. What can I do? Just to go home, maybe. What can I do? And then, but I know the action is spectacular. And now how the attacker fell down, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe it's difficult for the referees, depending on the point of view of the referees, that the decision is 7 meters and 32 minutes. Cannot be, should be, play on. This is nothing, absolutely nothing. The attacker is responsible. So it means that the situation in the wins in the next future will be really, really difficult for the referees. Not only because now both players, defender and attackers, they are responsible. But okay, we are working to improve our focus. And then I want to show you some. Remember, if we come back to the criteria, the rule 8.4. Rule 8.4 is direct 2 minutes. Now, rule 8.3, yellow cards, put outside here. We agree. I hope you understand me. We don't need too many yellow cards. No, we don't need. Better to use a strong body language and from time to time some yellow cards in the first minute. But then, what about the criteria written in the rules book 8.4? All the criteria, the decision-making criteria are so clear. Long holding, pushing from behind, pushing in the air, jumping against the attacker, against the head. And then I would like to show you now some videos that show a standard situation, not difficult situation, a standard. What means every word written in the book. For example, this is, I put my decision here. Hitting against the shooting arm from behind in the air should be at least 2 minutes, sometimes red card. We'll see the sample. Is a version. It's clear. I hope you see. You can see the repetition. Look, as I told to you, at least shooting arm from behind, at least direct to minis, and pay attention, dear referees, also dear players. What about if now you know they are strong players, strong people? What about with the possible danger of these actions against the shoulder? How many times the shoulder is broken? So minimum direct to minis, depending on the effect of the action, should be a red card. Correct. Second action. Again, we will see in the repetition, look how is painful this action. You see? Similarly, even worse, the situation, even worse. Right? Because again, could be really, really dangerous for the health of the attacker. Cannot be. Minimum direct to minis. For me, this action could be better yellow card. Look again. And that's really the players or the coaches must understand that in that moment, for example, both actions, but the second one is unnecessary. It's too late. Okay, it's a mistake in defense, maybe, could be, or a good movement of the attacker, could be, but it's too late for me. Better to stop, and then we will see next action, but it's too late. At least second action should be for red card, right? Now, this is action pushing from behind, both. Eh? Right. We will see. After this action, I make a stop, maybe 5 minutes, and then I can answer some questions. You see, first action again, look, pushing from behind, there. Decision of the referee, explanation. Normally the players, they accept the decision. They know when they made a mistake. Normally they know, normally, not always, right? You see, unnecessary, again, it's too late. Why to push it? Also here, now, and then pushing from behind in there, and then the free throw and decision and explanation of the referees. Excellent decision of the referees, right? This is the next one. We will see now. The same. It's a mistake in defense, and now it's too late here. Pushing in there from behind, goal, advantage, and direct 2 minutes. Now the player doesn't accept, but so no discussion, please. It's too late for you. And this is the last one. And now you see the same situation, but now we change the teams. Same situation. Wait, this is the red team. Red player push the white player. And now in the next one, wait, sorry. Now, the white player push the red player. Decision are the same, goal and direct 2 minutes. And in movements, it was in movements in Kumamoto, I think 2 examples. This is the first example, pushing in the air in the moment of the shooting. Nothing about the ball, just pushing from side or from behind. Correct, direct 2 minutes. And now we'll see second action, changing the teams. Now will be the white team who is pushing in there, same. And then criteria of the referees is good. The balance in the decision are good. So excellent, that's clear. So I finish with this slide, and then we stop to answer some questions, right? Open legs, you see, standard situation, shooting arm, pushing from behind, or to use open legs. Again, it's nice when the player accepts the decision of the referees. It's so nice. Why not? Nothing happens. It's better. Okay, like here. Open legs and using the knee to pull down the attacker. Right? Correct. Another topic is, again, a standard situation to attack the head, the throat, the face. The referees sends explanation, information. Here was the touching of the head. And now, in the moment of the shooting, again, listen. I can show you now, right? Now, you see. Not easy sometimes, you see now. Here now. Unnecessary because the ball is far away of the situation. We must protect. Again, now. See? This is more clear. No discussion. The player accept. Okay, yes, it's 2 minutes for me. I was too late. See, sorry. I like when the players accept the decision of the referees. So it means that many times they understand the rules, right? And they understand the referees. Courtney, we can make a stop to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
Too many, no.
Let's begin with a few people have asked about situations where the wing comes to the defender. Maybe sometimes if the wing, their foot is on top of the defender's foot, or even if the wing seems to purposefully run into the wing defender. What do you think about this? These attacker foul situations?
As I explained to you, to all of you, with some video samples. Okay, until now, in the last 2-3 years, we discovered and we are fighting against this situation: open legs, and to use I'm defender, my foot over or under the foot of the attacker. Now we are working, but now we have discovered the opposite tendency. Now I'm the attacker, and then I know that. I try to understand that in case of collision, in case of crash, always the referees decide 7 meters and 2 minutes. And then I use it. And then I provoke the attack. Sometimes, not always, sometimes. Like this nice example I showed to you 1 minute ago. So it means now the advice for the referee says, hey, attention, absolutely concentration in the wings. Because now could be the defender or the attacker could be responsible. So I know this is made more difficult, the work of the referees, but this is our life.
If the referee has to interrupt the game because of a coach disruption, is this always a yellow card?
Normally, if I need to interrupt the game, it should be for yellow card. If not, I must be able to talk with the coach without the match. If I have to interrupt the match, should be for something more or less important. Should be for minimum yellow card. If not, I must manage with my personality I might eye to eye or face to face with the coach. Please calm, please. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Personality of the referees to convince the coach that I try to help you.
This is an interesting question because I know that before championships, you do speak to coaches about your expectations, but someone has asked about being proactive with players and coaches before the games and telling them, please don't do these things. Can you tell people a bit about how you manage this at championships?
Okay, in World Champions in the last 2017, 18 and 19, I hope in the future, we sent about 2 months before the beginning of the World Championship, PRC and CCM together. It means, attention, the referee commission and the trainers commission together. We are working very hard together in the last 4, 5, 6 years with clear common targets to improve our handball. And then we sent to the 2 months before the World Championship, we sent to 24 teams in the future, 24 teams, all concept documents, videos about the criteria and the situation we are working with the referees. And the videos are so clear explanations. This is, for example, in the win, this should be yellow card in 2 minutes, this should be 7 meters, this should be offensive foul. And then, the first step. Second step is 1 day before the beginning on site, in Kumamoto, for example, or in Germany and Denmark. 1 day before the beginning of the World Championship, personally, myself and Mr. Dietrich Spete, or my colleagues, if we are in different groups, we go to the hotels of the teams. We fix 1 hour, no disturbing them for training or concentration or something. And in 1 hour, we remind these topics and we are open to listen them. So at the end, no surprises for all the trainers how we are working with our referees.
Someone has asked about when the decision should be 2 minutes and when red card in these long leg situations. This is also relevant. Someone else has asked about it's difficult to differentiate sometimes between 2 minutes and red card.
Yeah. Okay, the topic in this presentation is not red cards, just to put the attention in yellow cards and direct 2 minutes, right? But red cards 8-5, more or less, not exactly. They are the same criteria than for the direct 2 minutes suspension, plus big effect. For example, some of the situation in case of injury, real injury, should be for red card. Or remind that these 2 examples about how to attack the shooting arm. First situation, I think direct 2 minutes was okay. But second situation, really dangerous. I think I remember the attacker was a Swedish player, should be for red card. Because the effect was big and we must protect, don't forget, the rules and the referees must protect the health of the players. Always, in any case.
This links to the next question, actually, is about in emerging handball countries where you have more experienced players playing with less experienced players, how it's a bit difficult sometimes to apply the same line, actually, because if you don't want to discourage beginners, but you also need to protect the experienced player.
Oh, but it's clear. When for me, it's very interesting to be with the players, coaches, and with the referees in these emerging nations tournaments in Europe. I have been in Europe and also in America. Really interesting. And then not only for me, when I go with the IHF coaches, when they send also IHF trainers to work with you in these emerging nation tournaments, and we use exactly the same criteria to help them first about development of handball in general, but second to show them this criteria that I'm talking in the last 1 hour. Attention, handball is a really nice sport, hard but nice sport, not violence, not unfair? That's the question. Because sometimes I know that players with less experience, maybe their mind is too hot sometimes, too hot. And then this is not nice. But I think we'll continue helping them in the next emerging nations tournaments for sure.
Okay, I can ask another question, or you can continue if you'd like.
One more and we continue.
One more. Well, someone asked about why not have 4 referees to help make things easier for the referees to see.
The question is not the quantity. We can put 25 referees. No. The question is the quality. Just to say you that following our agreement with the ISF president, the idea is we will see in October if finally we can organize the Super Globe, men's, women's. The idea is to make a test with 3 referees, 3, not 4, with 3 referees. 3 referees, not couples, forget the couples, with 3 referees from different countries, and to see, this is the first step, maybe about the future, but slowly. This is the first step for the future. We are convinced that single referees sometimes are better than couple referees, but not easy.
Okay, I think we should continue, and then we can ask some more a bit later.
Okay, and then you can see my, or no.
Not yet.
Now it's okay.
Yes.
Right? What is this? Okay. Okay, look, 5 standard situations about hitting head when shooting. Just to, again, the same criteria, just to protect the players, the health of the players, and to avoid a negative image for us. Okay, this is number 1.
Sorry, Ramon, we can't see your screen.
Wait, I come back again, maybe. Okay, I share again. Wait, now. Yes, that's right. Now it's okay?
There we go, thank you.
Good, thank you, Karen. As I explain you, this is 5 standard situations related with hitting head when shooting, in the moment of the shooting. You see, minimum, direct to minimum, sometimes red card. Depends on the timing, depends on the strength, depends on the effect, right? This is the first one. Clear in the moment of the shooting, clear hitting on the head, nothing about the ball, really dangerous. Fortunately here, no big effect, but at least direct to minutes. The timing in defense was not good. Now, here, see? Okay, this is the second one here. Right. I come back. In the moment of the shooting, wait. No. Mm-hmm. Again, always in the moment of the shooting, you will see now. Okay, you see, nothing about the ball, nothing about all directly against the head of the attacker. You see again. This action should be for red card, clearly, right? Men's, women's, doesn't matter, same situations. Now in this derby in Hungary League, and how the forearm is directly against the head of the player. Also should be for red card. not 2 minutes is not enough. And now here, even more clear, this. Correct, yellow card. Excellent decision. Good. Another concept, long holding dessert. Okay, good. In any moment of the match, explanation, information of the referees, and decision. Now we see here in this situation, in this position, again, long holding to test the quality of the T0 of the player, maybe. And what's this? As you see, you can think this is not for yellow card. This is direct 2 minutes. Now, grabbing the T-shirt, 2 players at the same time. We'll see in the repetition. See? Grabbing and grabbing. So correct, direct 2 minutes. Clear concept, long holding, long grabbing T-shirt. And of course, the situation, no discussion. When the players say, yes, was too much. Sorry, this is 2 minutes for me. Excellent. Just one example about throw-offs destroyed, just to understand that these situations are always for direct 2 minutes. No discussion, no possible, like in this negative example, not possible yellow card for this action. Or we are destroying one of the most important rules in handball, fast throw-off. Good. So please look a nice clip from the camera, the roof, using the video proof system, and now you see. Not possible to destroy fast throw-off. If we were talking at the beginning of the presentation on this seminar about not to use yellow cards after a goal to destroy fast throw-off, even more that's the situation. In the future, we will see if we are able to change small amendments in the rule of the throw-off. We will discuss the last day of the symposium, right? And then, just to close to finish, I want to call your attention about one special situation. Also in the last 1-2 years only, in different continents, in different countries, in different championships, we can discover, we are not happy, a situation that we thought that situation absolutely was deleted from 30 years ago, but suddenly it's coming back again. And then we want to open, especially the eyes of the referees, but also to show to all of you, trainers and players especially, that this kind of action cannot happen anymore, right? Look. We are now in Africa in the last men's championship, continental championship. We see in the repetition the defender Look, easy to see, right? Look again. Look, this action is really first. It's really could be really dangerous. Look, it's really unfair also, and it's really negative for the image of our sport, right? But was not an exception, not unfortunately. Because now this match Norway-Hungary in the last Euro, you know, again I understand the player of Norway, because you will see now in the repetition again, you see the same situation. Now holding the foot of the player in the air, close to provoke a serious injury. Fortunately, nothing happened. Look again, you see? This is action are absolutely out of order, out of handball, right? So Africa, Europa, and what about Asia? No, wait, sorry, yes. No. You see? Same situation. Sorry, dear player, you said not, but yeah, not. The referees are really okay. Explanation, decision, and explanation of the referees are excellent. Really good. And we see now the repetition. See? Finally, movements. Yes, movements, yes.
The gap is opening slowly.
Exactly same situation. Unfortunately here, not the action was not seen by the referees, but I show to you again, look. Here was the situation. And now, you see? And again. So, as I told to you, you see, and then better to take decision as soon as possible, to advise to the referees, open your eyes, but also to advise players and coaches and trainers, please forget it, forget this. Because this is some words written in the rules book, the rule 8.6. Particularly reckless, particularly dangerous, premeditated, malicious, and of course I'm adding negative example for just players and for media, for TV, for all people. Negative example for all players. And I call this situation metaloplastica style, because maybe those of you that are more or less old than me, we remind this fantastic team, Metaloplastica, in 92, 95, fantastic, for sure, in that moment, the best team in the world. But also in this period, when this team was the best club in the world, this situation was typical, not from this team, from in that moment, from many teams, many clubs in that moment, many players. But after some years, the referees we reacted in that moment, and we were able to punish the situation and to delete it. But it looks like that 20, 25 years later, the situation are coming back. Please, no more, absolutely no more. Then the referees, the PRC criteria is clear, red and blue card immediately. And the situation out of our modern and nice handball, right? And then sometimes when I discuss with the coaches, with the trainers in different continents, they ask me why not the same and unique criteria and interpretation in all competition worldwide. Okay, we try from IHF, from the referee side, when you are in different continents, we try to explain and with the help of the education center to explain the criteria and interpretation of IHF. But in the future, today we have one rule book, but in the future, we will have, in 2 years, we will have 3 new rules book. Rule number 1 should be more or less, not exactly the same book than today, rules, just the rules. Rule number 2 is the book number 2, sorry, is the key. Book number 2 will be a collection of interpretation, guidelines, and clarifications, and nice examples, photos or videos that will be possible to see with the mobile or any kind of telephone, QR codes, and then it's clear for all people around the world, players, coaches, referees, or fans, spectators, go to this book in the, not necessary to print, could be in the IHF website or printed, why not? And then you go, oh, I don't understand the situation. QR and you see the video. And then for sure in the future, not possible different interpretation. Only one line, only one interpretation, what is written in the IHF rules book. The book number 3 will be about teaching material. Equipment or signals the referees on another, what about the sport halls, how to construct handball sport halls or similar, right? So just as a little bit of summary of all the concepts we have seen, to use a correct progressive line, not easy, of course. It's a mixture of strict monitoring of the PRC criteria, strict monitoring of the PRC criteria. Easy. Personality, yes, including self-confidence, top referee, all of them, they are top referees because they have strong personality, of course. Body language and information, they are sometimes the key of the success of the referee's work. If I'm able to explain the players and trainers why my decisions, and then I establish a kind of cooperation and self-confidence between both, and then easy or easiest for the future of the match. Experience is clear. Experience is a question of years, no more. Consistency, remind, trust and reliability. Consistency, 60 minutes. Same line from the very beginning, not the Tour de France, not up and down, cannot be possible. Consistency, 60 minutes, absolutely control the match, no matter what happened, no matter the mistakes. Consistency, 60 minutes, to win the trust of the teams. Understanding handball is fundamental. Understanding handball, it means that normally the referees, they are enough good in rules. They are good normally, but they need to understand more about handball. For example, my suggestion for the referees is go to the clinics or courses for coaches, go there, take the last chair, visit it, and learn, and understand what means passive play exactly from the point of view of the referees. Or what means what about the different tacticals, 3-2-1 or 5-1 or 6-0? What are the problems? Which are the problems? Blah 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 blah. Understanding handball, and finally punishment. You know, I write punishment in the last position because the referee's work is not only a question of punishment. No, just opposite. It's a question, if possible, to save punishment, to use as less punishment as possible. If it's possible, if I'm able with my personality to convince the players to play real handball, real and positive and attractive handball, right? So now, Courtney, from my side, more questions we have?
Yes, a lot of people are asking about progressive punishment for attackers.
For attacking?
Mentioning things like hitting a defender in the face with the ball, or they hold the shirt of the defender and things like this?
The rules are for attackers and defenders. And I can finish now. The rules are for attackers and defenders. Okay, but normally in attack, normally when we decide offensive foul, depends what kind of offensive foul. Offensive foul with the elbow, this is offensive foul plus something more. Holding the t-shirt, offensive foul. If we repeat the situation, could be in the next attack, offensive foul plus something more. So first point, rules are for attackers and defenders. Second point, but normally for attackers, we must select exactly the situation where is possible, offensive foul plus disciplinary decision, of course.
We also have questions about the referees being confident to make their decisions and give red cards or 2 minutes and knowing which one. Can you speak a bit about this confidence and how to train it?
Confidence between the couple or with the referees respect to the teams?
From a kind of federation standpoint, if you're looking at all your referees.
Okay, I don't know if I can understand exactly the meaning of the idea. Confidence, it means self-confidence. Self-confidence is a question of first experience, second mental strength. It means that okay, I'm referee now. We start the match. Then before the match, I'm convinced that I'm able to manage this game. But if I'm thinking that, oh my God, I'm nervous, what can we do? What is this? And then that's not possible. Self-confidence is critical for a referee. I'm ready for any kind of action is coming in the next 60 minutes. I'm ready, even with mistakes, of course. But I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I have self-confidence in myself. Okay, attention, because sometimes it's not realistic. Sometimes, only sometimes. And then maybe I'm thinking that I'm ready for this match, but this is not true. But normally, I'm talking about high IHF events. Our referees are prepared and they have enough self-confidence, of course.
Okay, we'll have one more. This one just came in. And someone else has asked similar questions. Just about a lot of punishments close together. What if something happens and then more and more? Do you view it as okay for there to be many 2-minute suspensions in 1 minute?
Okay, depends on the match, of course. But what the referee should do is, from the very beginning, to take preventive decisions. Preventive decisions means from the very beginning, not only about yellow cards or could be 2 minutes from the very beginning, but also to use body language to maintain contact with the players, because the players, they understand when I put this face, I use this face, or when I smile, and also the trainers, they smile when I'm really angry or when I'm more or less I'm happy. If I'm able to establish a good cooperation from the very beginning, I'm sure if I'm able, sometimes I cannot be because the players, they are not interested, sorry, and then what can I do? But if I'm able that the players believe in my work, they believe in my decision, and then for sure, I'll not use many suspensions. Of course, also if I'm referee and then I need tomorrow in one match 25 suspensions and 5 red cards, it means that I'm not ready for this match. It's too strong for me, for sure.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there because we're a bit over time. There are some more questions we weren't able to get to, but I know that the discussion is not over, and so everyone who asked questions we weren't able to answer, the goal is very much that we continue to help you understand everything. So we will hopefully address these things.
Of course, in case of some interesting questions later, I can answer by email, no problem.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll stop that one there. Thank you very much, Ramon.
Thank you.
And just to remind everyone, this video will be available on the IHF Education Centre later for on-demand viewing. And Tomorrow we have 2 more seminars coming up. As Ramon mentioned, 4 top referees from the IHF, a couple from Spain and a couple from Croatia, who have refereed all the top competitions in recent years. They will be talking about tasks, positions, and movements around the pivot zone and other areas at 1 o'clock Central European summertime. And then at 3 o'clock, we have Mats Olsen, member of the Coaching and Methods Commission and a top coach with many national teams for the goalkeeping. And his talk is about basic education of goalkeepers in different ways. And so that's that for today. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Ramon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.